Oh yeah, found a creepy bench. Perhaps I'll sit on it, do some bench racing with all the bystanders that are walking their dog and have no idea what motorcycles are. So how I'm gonna spend my Thursday. Oh yeah. Welcome back, subscribers. This is Johnny Hopper, and I know it's Thursday.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
And I should have made this video darn near on Sunday, but I was preoccupied with my own shit, with press day, tech inspection, and my qualifying video. So if you haven't seen those, should be somewhere floating up here in one of those YouTube cards. But I'm gonna first start off with the 250s and then I'll go into the 450s. So if you want to skip to the 450s, just down below here, go to that number and we can start talking about the 450s. So the first thing I want to get out of the way is the track. This is Lakewood, Colorado. We're at high altitude, right around 5,000, 6,000 feet. So the oxygen is real small up there. So it's hard to breathe. And a lot of riders say that this is the worst national because of the impact on your respiratory system. And they have a hard time just getting through the whole 30-minute motos. But we do know in that first moto, because of lightning, it got cut short. So I'm sure there's a lot of riders that are probably like, thank God, the race is over with. And a lot of riders honestly think that this is one of the most dangerous tracks.
I also like to live dangerously.
Just because of the way how the track develops. It's this dark dirt. It's actually a mix between manure and this like sawdust. And especially when it gets wet, it gets real slimy. And literally when you're getting roost, it makes you think twice about you're literally eating shit as opposed to it's just roost, right? Because half the time you've got your tongue hanging out, you're going for the moto, so it's gonna get in your mouth. So anyway, so just getting into the pure racing, Hampshire got the whole shot. And if you know anything about Lakewood, you know that to the right of the box, far, it's a little bit steeper, but that's the hot line as far as when it comes to this 180-degree corner. So the majority of the fast guys are gonna start way on the right of the box. Straight line, turn, down the hill, as opposed to going way wide and trying to cut everyone off. It's damn near impossible. Anyway, he got out front. I thought he might win the moto, but Cooper just hauled ass coming down the main hill at Thunder Valley, and that hill gets super rough, and it starts to get a little sketchy because when you're locking on your brakes, the suspension doesn't want to move, so it's going to rebound and bounce and compress. So if you guys are out there riding, if you don't want your suspension to really bounce you a bunch, don't use your brakes. You know, just go into braking bumps and don't use them. You'll see that the suspension actually works and it goes over them. If you don't have factory suspension, it makes it difficult. Anyway, so then Justin Cooper got out front. AC wasn't too far behind, but then the rain came out and they had to cancel the race because of lightning, which I thought was a good idea by MX Sports because it is about the safety of the riders. At least they're doing something correct, right? Wink, wink, wink. Then when it comes to Moto 2, it was obviously about AC and Justin Cooper. Cooper got the whole shot. AC was right there. We're looking like this is going to be an awesome race. And going up that uphill, the TV doesn't do it justice how gnarly the ruts were going up there. I got cross-rutted a shit ton of times going up there. Granted, washed up rider, beside the point. But same thing with AC, he got jumped off. And if you watched my video about riders meeting for qualifying, you can see the full riders meeting in that video. But it talks about you can only enter the track at a safe point, and as long as you don't gain an advantage. Well, there was that big UPS Fly Racing banner that was up there, so AC really had nowhere to go. So he did the right thing. He waited and let him get a little bit ahead, and unfortunately Cooper ended up making a mistake, almost going down, and AC was able to win the moto. Of course, Team Yamaha is gonna say, hey, he cheated, he broke the rules, you gotta dock him, because this sport is not about being a humble, honest individual. It might get some slack for that, but this sport is about money and winning championships. So, of course, they're going to protest, and I can't tell you how many times I've gotten protested at amateur nationals and even at the pro level. People will protest anything to try to take something away from somebody else, gain an advantage. So I don't blame Cooper and his team, because they obviously want to win this championship and they want to win the overall and get some more points. So with that being said, when it comes to the point system, they both tied for 47 points because they pay per moto on points. I personally think it needs to change to overall, because in this situation, they both went 1-2, 1-2. Yeah, AC won the overall, which he gets a bonus from Kawasaki and contingency, and he gets the cool trophy that says he won, but he doesn't gain any advantage towards the championship because they both got first place points of 25 points, and then I think second place is 22, so they get 47 points each. And I personally think it should have been first place gets 50 points, second place gets 47 for the overall. It would actually mean something to get the overall. I don't know what you guys think about that, but in the 450 class, it would have been a little bit different because Roczen won and he got 47 points with a first and a second, and then Tomac got second with a fifth place points and first place points. So he only made a total of 41. So the way they have it currently ruled is there was a 6-point swing between Roczen and Tomac. But in my way, there would only be a 3-point swing because first place is 50 points, second place is 47. So I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that makes sense, or do you like the way it currently is? Anyway, moving on to the 450s. So that 450 Moto 1, Osborne got the whole shot, but Roczen quickly got around him and was able to just freaking run away with it. I remember talking to Donnie Hansen, and he was just like, dude, Roczen is 30 seconds ahead. Tomac did his typical, I'm going to start from the back, and I don't know if he just has a stigma around him, but just it seems like he has bad luck every now and again. I mean, of course, it's racing. Everyone has bad luck, but he just has some things that happen that just seem odd. You know, he was running 10th or so, and his roll-offs screwed up. He probably pulled it too hard, and it all broke out, so he had to pull into the pits and get new roll-offs, but he was able to catch up and almost get 4th place. He ended up getting 5th that first moto. But the cool thing about motocross is you have 24 motos, and those motos are 35 minutes or 30 minutes plus 2 laps, which end up being around 35, 36 minutes. So essentially, you've got 40 Supercross main events to try to make up points. So he doesn't have to win every moto to still win the championship. And potentially that's maybe the reason why he's won the last 2. I don't know. What do you guys think? And I was honestly super impressed with Dean Ferris. And because of the Tomac problems, it was cool to see Zach Osborne finish second that first moto, and then Webb finish third. When it came to the second moto, however, Roczen did the typical same thing. I'm going to get out front, I'm going to get gone, and Tomac had to come through the pack, but he didn't have any goggle issues this time. And Tomac is just that type of rider that I've talked about it in my other videos. And people say I'm not a big Tomac fan, but I'm wearing a Tomac t-shirt right now that says Thunder Valley on it, okay? Tomac. He's from Colorado. I gotta represent, right? So, yes, I've said some things like Choke Mac and some other things. I do want to give a shout out to the Colorado riders that did qualify. So Derek Anderson, obviously if you've watched my videos before, guy is the best rider here in Colorado as a privateer that's not on a factory team. He just jumps off the couch and can run with these guys. He ended up, I think, going, what was this, 26th, 27th. And then we have Mitchell Gifford. He's been in Texas for a while. He just got his Supercross license. He's been hanging out with John Short and at the Oak Hill facility. He's been doing some really good things. It was cool to see him do as well as he did with having two top 30 finishes. And then Todd Bannister with a 37th overall with a 36 and a 36. Good for him. If you watch my videos, I talk about him too. I'm all about the privateers. All right, they resonate more with me than the factory guys. And Jeff Walker made his first national this weekend. So everyone give up a round of applause for this individual. Good for him. He's been trying really hard. Got a chance to talk to him in the pits. Good kid. Needs more help. So if you can help him buy a t-shirt from him, it'll help him get him to the next national. Anyway, the giveaway is over with. I'm in the midst of trying to figure out who I'm going to pick for a winner because I had a lot of people enter. So the goggles are coming to one of you. So check your inboxes and I will unveil the winner as soon as I get a reply from somebody. So thank you guys. This is Johnny Hopper. Until next time, brah!